Ours was the first revolution in the history of mankind that truly reversed the course of government, and with three little words: we the people. We the people tell the government what to do. It doesn't tell us. We the people are the driver. The government is the car, and we decide where it should go and by what route and how fast. Almost all the world's constitutions are documents in which governments tell the people what their privileges are. Our Constitution is a document in which we, the people, tell the government what it is allowed to do. We, the people, are free.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all.
Welcome back to Trucking and Politics, folks. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. So, Chicago Ray has stepped down. He has said that he does not want to be a leader of any type of movement. So, he is his own man. I believe that was his exact words. And he's out. I still support Trump, he said, but he's out. So, end of the boycott, end of the movement. I have nothing left to say. Thanks for watching. See you later, folks. Oh, you're still here. Well, sorry for my sarcasm there. I have nothing against Chicago Ray. He's just a guy. I honestly thought he was going to quit and not move forward with it. It's a typical truck driver thing. It's very typical of a truck driver to do this. To scream and yell and mouth off and get it out. My wife calls it venting. You have to get it off your chest and vent and throw it out there, because if you bottle it up, it just explodes inside of you. I think that's what happened with him. And he got it out of his system. Then he realized, oh gosh, people are paying attention to me. I've got to back down and stop. I don't have anything else. Well, yeah, that is typical, and that may be what happened. It may not be. I'm not running the guy down. It's just he probably got cold feet, right? So that's fine. I mean, that's him, and that's fine. This one leads me up to a story that I want to tell again. I have told it many times on this channel. Forgive me, because there's new subscribers coming on every day. There's new viewers coming on every day. So for those that have heard this story, forgive me. But I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine. I talk to him multiple times a week, and he is a typical truck driver. And he was going off on this rant one day, a lot like this Chicago Ray guy. Just, I mean, letting it flow. My friend was just letting it go, cutting loose, spewing it out. And I just had enough. I had enough of it. And this guy, I mean, I love him like a brother. And sometimes it takes tough love, right? And I just screamed at him and I said, well, what are you doing to stop it? If it bothers you that much, what are you doing? Well, I wish they would put me in charge of something, because I would fix this country. Well, have you tried running for any office? No. Have you tried doing anything? No. So just sitting there griping and griping, that's going to fix it? well, I could fix it if they would put me in the office. And I said, well, why don't you do something? And it was just like a shock hit me. And everything just stopped. And I heard myself speak. I actually heard my words. And I heard myself speak. And I heard the words, why don't you do something? And I thought, how hypocritical is it of me to be telling him to do something when I myself was doing nothing but sitting there listening to him gripe? That's what brought me here. That's what brought me here. To the Trucking and Politics Unity channel. I almost want to change my name to the Trucking and Politics Unity channel, where I give my best to try to unite truck drivers. There's a saying, and I don't know if this is all over the United States or if it's just a southern thing or just my area or people that I'm around. I don't know. I'm from Arkansas, so we have some weird sayings and quirks about us, but here's one I don't know if you've ever heard before or if you use it yourself. Getting truck drivers together is like herding cats. I have 2 cats myself, Melvin and Albert. Cats are very independent. You can call them, they won't come to you. You can tell them no, they will sit and look at you. You can try to get them to do something and they won't. They don't do tricks. They don't act like dogs, which we have dogs as well. So the thing I think is funny, whenever people cut down truck drivers and say they're dogs, I say, no, that's not true, because you can teach dogs. I'm a truck driver too. Okay. You can't teach cats. Cats are very independent and they do their thing. I have heard of cats that you can teach to be on a leash or something, but 90% of cats do their own thing. 90% of truck drivers do their own thing. That is part of the job, is part of what truck drivers are. They are independent. It's the last frontier of being your own person, your own man, as this guy said. So I get it. I've had several family members that are truck drivers. I just thought it was very hypocritical of me to be yelling at my friends saying do something when I was doing nothing. I read a lot of the comments out of my last video, a lot of them, and it is all over the spectrum. It is, you are hurting the people from New York. You are defending a criminal, Trump, to it will never work. You will never get truck drivers together. One commenter said, I have been a truck driver for 40 years and I have seen this time and time again. You will never unite truck drivers. You will never get them to do anything. I have heard this over and over and over and over. And folks, you know, to be honest, I'm really sick and tired of it. If you feel that way, keep it to yourself. You're not helping anyone out whatsoever. You're not. Spewing your negativity out here, trying to put up roadblocks and cause truck drivers to not unite, it's just stupid. It's anti-American is what it is. What is America? What is the United States? Why do they call the United States the greatest nation on earth? Why are we being flooded with immigrants? Because it's the land of opportunity. It is the greatest place on earth to live. It is. And spewing this out and causing controversy and causing negativity all the time. I want to tell you a story. I have a family member. He's a truck driver as well. When you try to get him to do something, I can't do it. Well, why? You haven't even tried. I can't do it. I know I'm going to fail, so there's no sense in joking or kidding with me. I'm going to fail, so why try? He dooms himself. He will not try something because he's already got in his mind, he is convinced he is going to fail. He is very frustrating. Extremely frustrating. Trying to get him to move is like pushing a 50-ton boulder because he's just got this negativity inside of him, constant pessimist, and he won't budge. He has got it in his mind he is going to fail if he tries, so why try? Why? Who are you kidding? I'm going to fail, so why try? Folks, I want to tell you so much about me personally, but I have made a promise to myself when I started this channel that I would try to leave my personal life aside. I have said it many times. If you knew what I grew up in, if you knew where I came from, if you knew the trials and the tribulations of my life, you would probably sit back and go, why do you even try to wake up in the morning? You have been, pardon the expression, but you have been drugged through hell and back. Why do you keep trying? My only answer to that question is my faith. My faith pulls me through it. It pulls me through it. Because I feel like we are all put here for a reason. We all have a purpose in this life. Not to be overly patriotic, but I feel like that was the forefathers' intent as well. We're all here for the better good. That's why the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence was written. That's why the War of Independence, they call it the Revolutionary War. I would like to prefer to call it the War of Independence. It's a revolutionary war. Technically, yes, but more technically, it was the War of Independence. It was separating ourselves from the rest of the world to where we are a nation of independence. And all of that has been thrown away over these years, and we are now a nation of dependency. And you see the results of it. People want to change the way we are and call us a democracy. We're not a democracy. We are not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic. Well, what difference does that make? Well, it makes a million times difference. When you gripe about the government, you're griping about yourself. Because we, the people, are the government. These people that are doing this stuff, that are anti-American, shipping jobs, shipping industry overseas, cutting down the way of life that we have here, they are not our friends. They are our enemies, and they are tyrants. And why are they doing this? There's two reasons in my mind why these people over the last 30, 40, 50 years are doing this. One is because the government of the United States feels like they cannot overcome communism. The other thing is money. We have lost the values, ethics, and morals of this country. That's the result we get. There's one commenter that stood out above all the comments, in my opinion. One commenter stood out, and he wrote a letter as a comment. A letter to the American people by Peeved Patriot. He signed it. He went on to say, fellow citizens and compatriots, we have a fix for all that's wrong with our country. It's called the Constitution, but so many have chosen to ignore it, and the rest have forgotten just how powerful it is. To those people that took the oath on the Holy Bible, to the politicians everywhere, when are you going to obey your oath? And he went on with this constant thread of government positions, Congress, Senate, governors, judges, elected to political party, military, sheriffs, police, to doctors. When are you going to obey your oath? To the American people and all Americans around the world, when will you pray to God and ask for His help? When are you going to stand up and hold them accountable for that oath? When will you get up and fight? When will you grow a backbone? When will you not take this anymore? When will you stand firm and only vote on paper ballots? When will you demand term limits? When will you stop paying taxes to support other countries? When will you take off those stupid masks? When will you stop watching mainstream media? When will you demand fair courts? When will you demand the border closed? When will you demand all illegals sent back? When? I ask, when? That should be put on a plaque, and it should be hung up everywhere. That is the definition of why we are here, why we are in this position. Because we refuse the Constitution and we refuse God. We refuse morals, ethics, values, We refuse to unite, and this country is filled with pessimists. We are filled with people with negative hearts, negative minds, negative feelings. All we want to do is sit and gripe about what somebody over there is doing instead of looking at what we are doing. We, the people, we make up the United States. We are the government. It is not what they are doing to us, it is what we are doing to ourselves. It's up to you, folks. It's up to me. It's up to all of us. We can give up, we can gripe, we can complain, we can say, oh, it's a local problem. Let them take care of it. Well, who are them? Who are them? Are we the United States, or are we the separated states? One of the greatest presidents in the United States had a very simple quote: a house divided cannot stand. Think about that. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.